Hello everybody, welcome back to the Beastie Room. Today we're gonna have a little look at posting spiders. Now we have done a video on this in the past, posting out slings, how we do that, and also posting large spiders, how we do that. But today I want to cover why we do what we do. Because unfortunately, over the last few weeks since Christmas, we've had a number of spiders arrive dead on arrival. Now, one of the reasons that this has happened is because of the way they've been packaged. So I thought what we'll do is we'll try and cover what we do, and more importantly, why we do it. Now there seems to be a real bad policy within the hobby at the moment where spiders are coming in and they're packaged within their boxes, in their pots. I quite often use just a straightforward cricket box for my larger spiders and juvies and things like that, and I use sling pots for obviously slings. Now these are the safest things to put them in. So when you actually put your spider through the post, the idea is you don't want it rattling around inside the little enclosure that you put your spider in. Now we do that by packing it out with tissue paper and making it as snugly as possible so that that spider feels secure and to some extent is actually squeezed up in his box like this. If we can shake him around and he's bouncing off the sides, the chances are he's not going to do too well through the Royal Mail. He's going to come through shaken and stirred. So we're trying to avoid that. So we want him in a nice tight environment. Now the other big problem, which appears to be the main problem with posting our spiders, is moisture. Now we've had a number of spiders come through that are absolutely, some I've taken a tissue out, squeezed it, and the water has poured out of it. Far too wet. Now this has multiple problems. This time of year, we're in February now, middle of February, and outside temperatures are cold. So we have to provide heat packs for our spiders in the post, in our boxes. Now, if you put too much water within the tissue inside your inside your pot or your box, what you are doing in effect is you're putting your spider in a wet environment. Now think about it logically. You wouldn't keep your spider in a wet environment, would you? No, you wouldn't. It comes back to a little bit about what we were saying about humidity. You know, we're looking at a dry environment with just a little bit of humidity. It's exactly the same when we're posting our spiders. We do not want them wet. If it's cold, like now, middle of February, that wetness turns to ice cold. And what we are doing, in effect, is absolutely freezing our spider. Should your heat pack fail, which, again, we've had a number of them come through lately, where the heat packs have failed. They're not even warm. Some of these haven't even been in the post, very long. And they failed. They're useless. So it's important to get a good quality heat pack. Now, in the summertime, we hit the opposite end. So we've come in the winter, we put soaking wet tissue in our box, we freeze our spider. Not a good thing. In the summertime, you get the opposite. You soak your paper or your tissue or whatever, and what you're doing now is the outside temperatures are really, really warm, so we don't need a heat pack in the summer because the outside temperatures are warm enough. But inside that box, going through the post, you're getting huge spikes of humidity within your box. This in turn kills your spider. Yeah? So moisture is not our friend. It is not our friend. It's something that to be avoided. Right then, I'm going to now run through how we post our spiders here in the Beastie Room, and touch wood and a bit more, we have a very good success rate and we don't get no problems. Very rare do we get anything come back dead on arrival. Very rare. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with our slings. So here we have a general sling pot, just a normal sling pot. These is what you'll get through when you buy your slings online, through any of your big dealers or whatever. This is what they use for their slings. Now what we do here in the Beastie room is we have a couple of bits of tissue, like so. Now this is very, very important. We have a couple of bits of tissue. These are cut to size to see. This is just regular kitchen roll. We've got our pot. This is the amount of water you want to be putting in your sling pot. Whether it be summer or winter, it doesn't matter. Yeah, literally. That is it. That is how much moisture you require in this pot. Now, what we do is we fold that over, like so. We fold that over there, like so. And you can see, I wish you could touch this, guys, because this is, to all intents and purposes, dry. Very, very little moisture. Then what we do is we literally fold that over. We pop that in there like that. This is dry. Look, there's nothing on my fingers. It's dry. We pop our spider in there, and then we put our other tissue through the top like so. We poke it in halfway. That's all it is, halfway. And we fold it up. And we put that in there like that. Job done. He is absolutely perfectly happy now to go through the post. Now we have just recently sent out a whole bunches and bunches of Avics, and they've gone out and they've all got through. They've all been fine, and it's because there is that. I mean, look at that. You cannot see moisture in that pot. That just looks like dry tissue. So there is no moisture there. You can see.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah.
See on the plastic.
Yeah.
Moisture.
So when we take these out, you can see there. That's all it is.
You can hear the tissue.
Yeah, it's still dry. Yeah, it's not wet. So that is how we do our slings. Very, very important. It's all about the moisture content in your tissue. Now then, when we do a bigger one, you can use any kind of pot that you want. Anything that you want, providing it's secure. It needs to be secure. So I tend to use cricket tubs because I have ample of them. There's always plenty of them kicking around. Now what we do now, this is regular kitchen towel. And what I do is I will take 3 squares, like so. I fold that over like that. You've seen me do this before in the other videos. We fold it over like that, and then what we do is we put that in the middle, so it's like so, and we pop that down like that. Yeah? So now we've literally enclosed the whole of the box. You can't see out now. And then what we do is we get another square, and we fold that in half again, like so. And we push that in there again, like that. And that gives us another layer in the bottom of this box. Now this is all helping insulate the box, and it's also helping give a nice soft cushion for our spider to be sat in. Now depending on the size of the spider and whether or not you run out of tissue, one moment, always be prepared. What we do is we take a square of tissue and we put that in one end like so, like that, and then we get another square of tissue and we just only lightly, look, it's only lightly screwed up, and we place that in that end like that. Yeah, so now we've got a small hole here. This is where our spider will go. Now we haven't actually got a spider, so what we're going to do, here we go, here's our spider. You notice how friendly she is. Look at that, sweet as a nut. we won't wake her up, we'll leave her sleeping. So what we do is, before we put our spider in, we get our water. Now this is the most important part, and this is what this video is all about. What we want to do, a little bit of water on that one, and we stick a little bit in there and a little bit there. That is all that is required. And you can see this is still dry. And then what we do is we pop our spider in there. There you go, look at that, she's still not woken up. She's good as gold, look at that. There you go, sweetheart, there. Right, and then what we do is we then fold this over like so. And then we fold it back again like so, like so. There is no way that spider is getting out of that tissue. It cannot go anywhere. She is locked in there, sound asleep. If we want a little bit, we can add a little bit like that. Very, very small amount. Put this over. We fold that over there, like so. And then we put our lid on. There you go. That, then, once you get our tissue in, there we go. Important to get the edges in. And then all we do is we sellotape the edges to make sure that the lid doesn't come off. Very, very important the lid doesn't come off. Now then, the real big important thing is the moisture within this box. It is only very, very slightly damp. We're talking nothing. So when you take it out, you should be able to put it in your hands, and your hands don't get wet. If your hands are wet, there's far too much water in here. Now what I'm saying to you guys is, you are better off posting these dry than you are posting them wet. If you post them on the dry side, you can almost guarantee they will get to the other end alive. Yeah, it's not going to affect them. What you've got to remember, if you saw our video on the molting spiders, you remember we said that excess outside humidity cannot be absorbed by your spider. It's in a hard case. It's in an exoskeleton. So why on earth would you put excess water in your tub to post your spider? Doesn't do it any favours. Yeah, in effect, is very dangerous. So I'm not sure where all this came from. I don't know how we've evolved into people thinking they need to have wet tissue when transporting spiders. You do not. Don't do it. Your spider will live a lot longer. Right then, so we've got our spider in there. Now what we're going to do, once it's in there, we've sellotaped our box. We then wrap our box in bubble wrap, like so. I should have brought my sellotape. So we wrap our boxes like this, and we tape this up as well. So this is making sure, I need my sellotape.
Run and get it.
2 seconds. Let me get my sellotape. Amateur. We're back. They never had this trouble on Blue Peter, did they? Right. So what we do, we get our bit of sellotape and we take this up. Taping this up. Don't forget, we've already sellotaped our box, so our box is secure. We've now taped our bubble wrap around our box. It is now doubly secure. This spider is going nowhere should she ever wake up. Now then, the bubble wrap here also adds as an insulation and a cushion for this box. So our spider is very, very safe in there. We could throw her across the room, she'd be fine. Perfect. They'll be used to that in the post. Right, what we're going to do, we've got our box. Don't forget, we've got our sling as well. That's going out today as well. This is all going in one order. Another bit of tape, and we put it across our sling pot. This is to ensure that the lid doesn't come off. We don't want the lid coming off. And then we also wrap this in some bubble wrap. Again, this is insulating our spider. We put that on there like so. There you go. That is perfectly cushioned now. It's going nowhere. So then we come to the next important part. This is our box. We have a regular box, and in this time of year, we're talking winter time now, February, we line our box with tin foil. Yeah? So it's fully lined with tin foil. Then we line it with our bubble wrap. So it's got bubble wrap in there then. Then what we do, this is all acting as an insulation. This is keeping the warmth within the box, so it doesn't go outside. Then what we do is we've got our packing peanuts, so we throw a few of them in. Put them in there, like so. Put our sling. We go down there in the bottom there like that. And then we've got our spider, which we can place in there like so. All nice and cushioned. And then we add our packing peanuts on top. And then what we can do is we can sort this out. And then what we want to do is we want to add our heat pack. Now, this is one of the very important part this time of year, winter time. This is a 40-hour shipping heat pack. Now these particular ones come from the Spider Shop. Now I've used a lot of these and I have not had any issue with these. These always come through warm. I don't think we've not had any reports of them failing. One moment. That's the postman.
We're both here.
Nice one. Nice one. Have a nice day. Thank you, buddy. Cheers.
Unbelievable, this video. Right. Postman. Right then. Sorry about that. Heat packs. Very important this time of year. So what we're doing is these from, like I was saying, these are from the Spider Shop, and we've had no issues with these, and we've not had any reports where they've failed. A number of packages that we've had come through of late, the heat packs have been no good whatsoever. They've failed. So always get good quality heat packs. If you value the spiders you're sending, get a decent quality heat pack. And these I would recommend. They've always got them. They're fairly priced. And they run for 40 hours, which is what you need. I've had quite a few come through where they turn and say, oh, well, I thought 20 hours was long enough. If you have a delay in the post, as we were expecting a parcel Friday, which was yesterday, it still hasn't arrived today. And it's cold outside. So, you know, you don't know what's going on with the post. It might well get delayed. Get a 40-hour one. It doesn't really cost you any more. So, you take that out. We put that inside our box. We also put the wrapper in to show you that this is what it is. It's a 40-hour heat pack. And then that goes in there like so. And then what we do is we wrap that up. This is, the bubble wrap is insulating it. I should say as well that this box is actually upside down. So this, what you're looking at, you think is the top, is actually the bottom of the box. So then we wrap that in there like so, and then we can bring our tin foil here, you see. This will help insulate it again, keeps it all nice and toasty warm. Well, what we can do is put that in like so. There you go. That keeps it all really, really toasty warm. Put it all in. You notice we're having to squeeze this down a little bit. And that is because the peanuts and everything are packed in there. What we normally do is we put brown tape over this to ensure that it stays on. So we sellotape the whole thing across. And then you see we've got our fragile life specimen on the box all the way around. This shows the postman that this is what he's got, and hopefully they'll treat it with a little bit more care. And that is our spider ready. And this spider can go through the post and can quite possibly and easily survive a week in this box because we've packaged it properly. Yeah, it must be packaged properly. But the big thing is the water. Yeah, this is all regular stuff. This is nice and easy. So if any of you guys haven't actually posted a spider, hopefully this will show you the way we do it, and we get very, very good results like this, and it works all the time. Now, come the summertime, we won't bother to do with a heat pack. So as soon as the temperatures warm up, we don't need to worry about a heat pack in the summer. But the moisture in the pots remains the same, winter or summer. We don't need excess water in these pots. This is what's killing our spiders. So just bear in mind, we want it just vaguely damp. In the very, very slightest context, it just needs to be a little bit damp, a little bit moist. So that is all it takes. Right, I hope that has covered a few things and covered a few myths. Just as a recap, our spider does not benefit from wet tissue. Yeah, really doesn't. So, I hope that was useful. Hope you enjoyed it. She's still asleep. I can hear her snoring. Right, hope you enjoyed that. And don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. And I'll see you soon, guys.